What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel. It's Dev. We're here. Finally, sorry. I did this last time, and you guys never even got to see the finale of it. But this time, we're watching the finale of Inside Job, the final episode of Inside Job. Last time we had Project Reboot, alternative lives, all sorts of things. And the tinfoil hat saved them. And I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't. I have no idea, and it sucks that this show got canceled. Obviously, of course, 2 seasons in, it got canceled. You know what it got canceled for? It got canceled for exposing the truth, man. Dude, it was the truth in plain sight, man. All jokes aside, I think the show's great. I love the conspiracies. I love it all. Do I think it exposes the truth in plain sight? No. Maybe a little. Maybe there's certain things in there that's like, that's true. It's like it's a psyop. And they got too clever with it, and it got put on the cutting room floor. So hopefully somebody picks it up, like Netflix, or not Netflix, Hulu. What I would love, since everything going on with Rick and Morty and Justin Roiland, maybe Adult Swim. What if Rick and Morty, because I know they're going to continue on with it, but what if it fails? What if it's just not the same? This would fill that void. And, yeah, man. Excited to see what happens here in this final episode. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sorry for the long wait for this final episode, but we're here. And I'll announce what show we're watching after this. Not this episode, not this video, but in a different piece of media, whether it be a post or a video or whatever it may be. But nonetheless, let's get into Inside Job Season 2, Episode 8, at the moment, series finale of Inside Job. Let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1.
Ed, did you do all this?
No, dog. They did it on their own. Who'd have thought the best timeline was this one?
Nice.
You rescued me from a timeline where a teleporter turned me into Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
Trapped in a dystopia where Kennedy never got shot. It was awful. He ended up killing millions. Magneto threw a gauntlet.
And saved all these POWs. Prisoners of warped realities. Glenn coined that one.
Okay.
Wordsmith.
I don't know what to say, guys.
It's your moment, pal. Enjoy it.
Well,
Oh no. The worst possible text.
Crazy personal drama. See? She's so relaxed, she's completely frozen. Right, Reagan? Right? Right? Reagan? Reagan?
She's completely frozen. She hasn't moved.
How weird she is.
Thank you for doing what I never could. Destroying your father.
thank you, but he destroyed himself. Although, he did team up with Whiskey.
Please accept this as a small, humble token of our thanks. Wow.
I don't hate this.
To God, and he's gonna send you to VIP heaven. You're not going to shitty heaven with the regular people.
You say
Of course there is a hierarchy in heaven.
Alright, listen up. Confiscate the presidential portraits of Dennis Rodman, send the logo off the moon, and figure out how many Oscars Meryl Streep is supposed to have. That sounds kind of low. Man, leadership is easy. You just yell the things you want and they happen.
Massive anomaly detected right here in DC.
Brett's get dangerous. All together now.
no, not doing that.
A scrapbook? Appleton, Wisconsin? What's in Appleton?
Just a small town where nobody knows us. The perfect place for perfect memories.
Passports? You made us new identities? And deep-faked photos of us? We never did this stuff.
And if we don't leave the shadow world, we might never get a chance to. I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and this job is dangerous.
Adam Scott is just playing characters that just wants to break free.
Risking your life at that job, and for what? To do the bidding of the Black Robes? We don't even know who they are. Are they good, evil, even human?
I bet it's gonna be like...
The night we met, I wanted to escape this.
It's gonna be Bezos, Musk...
And you were worth sticking around for. Now,
Rupert Murdoch.
think about it.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Alright, we recanceled Kevin Spacey,
Recancel.
Pizza Hutch, and forced Richard Nixon back into his grave.
I don't want to talk about it.
One anomaly left, and this gem. Once we get rid of it, our timeline should stay.
I love recanceling Kevin Spacey.
Hello? Any Mandela effects in here?
Was that a swish?
It sounded like nothing but that.
Who is it?
Airbud?
Airbud?
First on-screen role model.
He must have been left here from a timeline where Air Bud was a documentary.
I guess there's nothing in the rules of physics that says a dog can't glitch through time and play basketball.
Great, let's vaporize this puppy.
No.
Oh, but you...
Whoa! The hell?
You're going to
Go
hell.
that low. Does it?
Oh shit. The one eye.
Reagan Ridley, the time has come.
God, it's you! Black Robes!
We have been watching you for some time. You and your father. He hid the most dangerous weapon in the universe right under our noses.
Project Reboot.
More like Project Fuck Up 100,000 years of planning. Agreed,
that's right.
fucking guy. We wanted to thank you for saving reality.
Wow, I'm honored. I mean, shadow honored, if that is the preferred term.
That is the term. Shadow honored.
But what am I even doing here? Who are you guys? In all these years, you've never shown me anything.
Then what if we showed you everything?
Yes. Let's take DMT.
You guys aren't gonna sacrifice me to a Cthulhu, right?
Oh, hell no. That guy's fucking nuts.
Who's ready to pet our new office dog? His name is, Regular Bud.
You brought the anomaly back here?
No.
Bugs dominate the NDA, they'll evolve thumbs. Then they'll learn to work doorknobs, which leads to political power, their own military.
A full-on planet of the dog.
We don't have to worry about dogs dominating humans on or off the court by beating Air Bud in a game of one-on-one.
Yes, this has wildly exceeded my expectations of stupidity.
Yeah.
The story begins at the dawn of history.
Yes.
The birth of the very first society begat the need for the very first secret society. The intelligent ones realized that without intervention, their species would never survive. But they were mocked for their enlightenment.
Not to point out the obvious, but fire, plague, actual fucking locusts? If you're watching over us, why didn't you stop these things?
Stop them. We unleashed them. When humanity was about to overpopulate, we released the Black Plague. And in quarantine, Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity.
Okay, what is the plan behind burning rainforests?
Controlled fire to stop sentient trees from overthrowing humanity.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
The Titanic?
Atlantean and Legion fleet.
Ah.
What appears on the surface to be chaos is actually a complex system serving a greater good. Humanity is like your team. You've seen what happens when you don't save them from themselves.
They're not that helpless. I put Brett in charge this morning, and I'm sure that there are zero hijinks happening right now.
You're making partner. Everything we know, you know. What do you think?
don't think any human is fit to govern humanity. But I could create an algorithm that could, completely unbiased, programmed to calculate the maximum benefit for every living thing. It's what I've always wanted to make for the office, but I could make it for the entire
That's goddamn communism.
Right, when could you start?
Shit, really?
Think of how much good you could do as the most powerful human on Earth.
Since you mention it, are you guys human? How's about a little peek under that rope? No.
Or they went to Appleton. Yep.
Searched 1,000 lifetimes for the one that would make you happiest. And you'll find it one day. Just without me.
Oh, man. Oh, that's tough.
You're free now. Sorry that I couldn't be free with you. I'll miss you, Ron.
It's time to begin Project X-37. You really don't think Reagan will see this coming? How could she? She's only human.
Great ending, fitting ending. Leaves up, obviously, a cliffhanger, but they canceled it for some bullshit reason, so hopefully somebody picks it up. But throughout the whole first 2 seasons, man, I appreciated this show. I do. And it's one thing about conspiracies and, you know, the deep state, whatever it may be. Like, there's a lot of truth to it. There's a lot of obviously truth to it. Now, is there actually people in robes standing around like this? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Is the reptoid thing true? I don't think so, but at the same time, it could be. It's how I see religion. I'm agnostic. You know, I personally don't believe it, but give me evidence and I'll believe it. It's how I feel about, you know, a lot of the big conspiracies. You know, reptilians, blah, 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 all the other out there shit. Give me some good evidence and I'll believe it. All the evidence I've seen from all that shit, a lot of these conspiracies is not evidence. But there's some pretty bad people in positions of power. And I wish we had a Reagan Ridley to save society, but obviously there's still people behind the scenes controlling her without her knowing. And that's how society is now. Like, a lot of good politicians are still being controlled by whatever it may be. Corporations, oil corporations, a lot of oil lobbyists in positions of power, so it's kind of hard to do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Oil, natural resources, it's what we're here for. But I love them kind of dealing with the Mandela effect. That's the big one. That's one, whenever I think about it, like, sure, maybe, but it could be that a lot of us are just stupid. Like, a lot of us are very forgetful. A lot of people. So I think that's one thing. Because I remember things a certain way, and sometimes it's technically right. Sometimes it's like, oh, wow. And a lot of them is also branding. Like, a lot of brands definitely changed titles of things or changed specific things. Like, it's not the Mandela, it's not shifting into another reality, which in theory sounds really cool. Like, what if 2012 did happen, but we all shifted consciousness into a different reality? That's why we're all still alive. Or each time something bad happens, you just shift to another reality. I don't know. That's deep shit that I obviously am not, like, I don't believe that. My conspiracy belief goes down to, like, not the crazy shit. Not a lot of the crazy shit. Mine's like CIA related shit, MK Ultra, like, I really like that shit. Thing like not necessarily rituals. I think rich people do things that are weird. Like the Bohemian Grove, in instance, I believe it's just a bunch of rich people who are gay and just want to have sex and get drunk and whatever. I think that's what it is, and that's why it's secret. It's just because they don't want their name to get out there that they're gay, because of their voter base or the people they rely on will be like, what the fuck? And that's a lot of conservatives. But it could be that, I don't know. Or it is the adrenochrome shit. Hey, my belief on the adrenochrome debate and the conspiracy behind that, like, it is a real thing. It's just adrenaline. But I don't know. I really don't know. That one is like, I kind of believe it. Just because of the whole Epstein stuff. And those, I still want to know who was involved in that. I want to know who went, like, because there's obviously two sides to it. There's the people who went and knew what they were getting involved with. And then there was the people who were blackmailed. There's definitely a lot of people who were blackmailed within that whole space of things. Like, they went there probably unknowingly, knowing what was going on there, and then boom, something happened, and then they threatened him. It's like, hey, you're going to do what we tell you, or this shit goes public. Hey, I could go down that lane. I could think about that, and it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought, because nobody, like, you really don't know who was involved. Obviously, there's lists that float around on social media that I personally don't believe in. There's some names on there I'm like, okay. A lot of the lists is like, oh, these are just a bunch of Democrats, or oh, there's a lot of Jewish people on these lists, and you know who does shit like that. So I'm not gonna even attempt to even like give it justice. I'm like, okay, these people are just anti-Semitic, and obviously a lot of this shit's blood libel, especially like the conspiracy about drinking babies' blood or whatever. Like that is the worst thing you could say about somebody. If you were gonna put something on somebody, that is the worst thing you could say about them, and it's blood libel. It's been around for centuries, probably. Spartans and whoever. Like, and it has happened with Jewish people and for centuries, or just any other group, Christians. I don't know, but hey, the conspiracies, it's fun lore to look into, but if you really, really look into it, you're just like, man, a lot of this shit is fucked up, dude. And a lot of it, me personally, like, if you want to go to, like, the Alex Jones side of things, I personally think Alex Jones is just a psyop. I think he works for the CIA, and he's just there to create a distraction from the real horrors of what's just going on in life. And me personally, you can cringe or whatever all you want, but I think what comes down to the real shit that is being the big distraction, it's not the UFOs that are going around right now. It's not, I mean, obviously you have the train derailment shit. That shit's important, but that's not really seeing that much. And Biden administration is just like, nah, it's not really doing it. Just let it get in the water, like, let it get in the river. So that's all pretty fucked up. But no, UFOs, I don't know. This year's starting off weird. I have a feeling something weird is going to happen this year. One thing I'll say is I love this show because in this space, I can just talk about conspiracies or talk about what's going on in the world currently. So, like, you know, the whole UFO thing, it's bullshit. It's probably there to, like, something big is going to happen soon. Whether it be war continuing, obviously, in Ukraine, but escalating even further. And I don't think the use of nuclear weapons will happen, because if that were to happen, society is done. There's nothing you can do. So I don't know what's going to happen. Is there going to be, like, what about Project Bluebeam? That's another conspiracy. Me personally, I don't think that's as, like, I think that's real. Like, I think the hologram shit, like, I think they have the capacity and means to do that. I don't think they're going to do it to install the new world order and a new one world government, which is obviously another deep far-right conspiracy that has anti-Semitic shit rooted into it. But the idea of a one world digital currency is not a great thing. It's almost like, I have a feeling where we're going as a society is we're going to get to corporate communism, which is not a good thing. All the corporations and people who own those places are going to be what it is in a communist society, while everybody else is still under the free market, and obviously things are price gouged because corporations have all the power in the world, so they can price whatever, pay whatever. That's the scary future. It's a very dystopian future. And obviously you can't get to, if hypothetically, if you were to say, like, right now in our timeline, we were to have the revolution or whatever, which I don't think will ever happen in my lifetime. Personally, I don't think society could jump from a socialist state and have that gradual transition into a classless society. I don't think I ever see that happening. Not saying I want it to happen, but as a thought experiment, I just don't think. I think individualism is still too big and deeply rooted into us that a lot of us are just hyperly individualized. Obviously, there's people out there who have a sense of community, but I just don't think we'll ever go that far. But hey, all we need is just to stand up for yourselves. That's all I'm going to say. Just stand up. Be who you want to be. Fuck the system. Regardless if this system stays around forever, which it won't. It won't. It's bound to fail at some point. And when it fails, that could be either the start of a revolution or the rise of an empire. Yeah. Rand Ridley or Reagan Ridley. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we can choose from. We can choose from, man. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Happy Sunday. No more football. No more NFL. But, yeah, this was the final episode of Inside Job. Bittersweet. Opens up a lot of things, but it's canceled. So we'll see if it ever happens and ever comes back from the deep caverns of Netflix, that it's no longer coming back. So it's bullshit. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for daily videos every single day. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram, and all the social medias down in the description below. And we'll get you for another video. Goodbye!